Hello and welcome to Everyone Has a Podcast. I'm Blitzace, and this is the man, the myth, the legend, Jenko.
I would consider myself handsome but approachable.
Handsome but approachable. I
Yeah,
like that because most of the time, if you're handsome, you're not very approachable.
I know, right? I think I'm handsome but approachable. Internet thirst trap, Jenko the Red.
This trap.
And if you want to see my pussy, here he is.
Ah,
It's Ginger
I
and
mean,
asleep. That's a clip right there. That's a TikTok right there.
that's a TikTok right there. It does say a lot about the whole podcast. To be fair,
I'm ready to smolder as well. Hang on. No.
I feel like I'm just squinting.
Me looking at the lifeguard after I got pissed. After I got attacked by a jellyfish again, so they had to piss on me.
Oh, Christ.
Apparently, that's not what you should do. If you get
What?
stung by a jellyfish, do not pee on your friend if you get stung by a jellyfish. Apparently, it just makes it worse.
What? I thought it was
Yeah,
like it was the pneumonia in your piss that basically
Ammonia in my piss kills jellyfish drinks.
yeah
Ammonia, you mean the ammonia?
ammonia, yeah, that's it, sorry.
I guess it's not like highly ammonic piss. But I don't know. To be fair,
Depends
I've
on
never had it.
how well hydrated you are.
I mean, if you wanted me to piss on you if you get stung by a jellyfish, I definitely will, but I can't promise it's going to help because I'll probably be pissing straight monster right at you.
uh,
I can't even. There he is.
I mean I don't think you're my first choice or any choice of someone that
Yeah.
I'd really want to piss on me.
I mean, that's what best friends are for. But if you don't want to utilize that, then that's totally fine by me. Whatever. I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm not the one with the jellyfish sting.
I mean,
No, it's fine. You said what you said. We'll move on.
when was the last time that you were at the beach?
I like to go to the beach at least once a year. Did I go last year? I don't remember. Did I go the year before? Absolutely. Am I gone this year? I haven't had the chance.
Because
Just been busy. Just been busy at work. Days off have not aligned with the family yet. And next week, son's at a sleepover all weekend, and then the week after that, there's a family wedding, and then the week after that, I'm on a cruise. Not a gay cruise. Nothing against that, but that's not the cruise I'm on. It's on a boat.
that's what a cruise is.
Yeah, I know, but it was a joke. It was a reference to Friends.
Oh, was it?
Oh my god, yeah. Am I the only one that remembers weird shit like that though? Probably, yeah.
No, see,
So I'm just gonna ask you one, and I'll believe you whatever you say. Is that were you or were you not on a gay cruise?
uh, I remember a lot of like the episodes for Friends, but there are some niche things that I don't. But then there's other ones that I do, and then other people like, what the hell? So
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Didn't age well, Friends.
how so?
I mean, they're all very homophobic in it, especially Ross.
It isn't that just like that era of things anyway, where pretty much most people had like it was just very homophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like when you used to sort of like you were in like the playground and you sort of go, haha, you're gay, and it's like, well, that wouldn't go very well nowadays.
Not no, and the kid probably would be.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, yeah, and I was like, all right. But then I remember you get in
okay.
school in trouble in school in like primary school, like year one, because some lad said, "I'm going to bomb your house with a tank," and I was like, "I'm going to blow your house up with a helicopter." And then he cried to the teacher, and I got in trouble. I was like, "I don't even have a pilot's license for accident
Oh,
with a helicopter."
Summer got in trouble at school today.
Did she? What did she do? She punched someone in the face.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh my god, I knew it.
Yeah. It is one of those moments where, how'd you tell off a 5-year-old so they actually remember that they shouldn't do that?
I can't talk about that on the internet because that would be called bad parenting. But it's usually you get used fucking wait till we get in that fucking house. Like our parents used to speak to us. Just you fucking wait till we get fucking home.
Just you fucking wait till you can't be seen anymore. You will fucking listen to me.
I'm gonna beat the fucking brakes off you.
Beat the brakes off of you.
You know what parents used to say. You know,
yeah.
You hit him with a plastic shoe. You know, that's what happened to us.
It was a wooden spoon.
I'm just basically whatever's in reach. Whatever was in reach, I got hit with. Bamboo stick the one time. That was ooh. Anyway, moving on. We are 1 week away from like the Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary.
Okay.
Is it gonna happen? Is the remake gonna happen?
If it does happen, right. Should it have had just an announcement on the 25th anniversary? Or should it have been like it was released on the 25th anniversary?
I usually think on anniversaries that's when you get the reveals.
But I feel like I don't feel that's right, because I feel like what you should get is you should get the release of the game on that sort of like, so it gets released on the anniversary.
Well, when
if I said to my if I turned around to my wife and sort of said to her, right, it's our anniversary coming up, but don't worry, I got a trailer for you, and this is what you'll get in 9 months.
I mean, here's the thing, right? It's a completely different industry, and it being married to like video games.
Is it? It feels like you get promised a lot, and then you don't actually get that, and you spend a lot of money, and you still don't get what you're actually What's that?
Still have to buy the DLC.
Yeah, you've got to buy the DLC, and sometimes it's glitchy as hell. So I feel like there's a lot of similarities.
I always think the reveals happen the anniversary, and I'm fine with that. Like Sonic's 35th birthday or anniversary or whatever was the other day, and all they did for it was they revealed what new characters are going to be in his new driving game.
Oh, was that it?
Like, that was it. Yeah, that was it. As far as I'm aware, that was it. But you know, that doesn't bother me. I'm not a Sonic fan. When it gets, oh my god, what if it's even already happened? Like the Metal Gear Solid 25th anniversary. Then we're fucking talking.
Metal Gear Solid, was that before Final Fantasy 9 or after Final Fantasy? It's before Final Fantasy 9, so it would have been gone.
Was it? On.
I'm sure that the Metal Gear was like Final Fantasy, between Final Fantasy 7 and 8.
Yeah, okay. How long ago was 1998? Alexa, how long ago was 1998? Oh shit. Okay. All right, fair enough. 28 years. To be fair, I should have known that.
Yeah, really should have.
Yeah, well.
I mean, so you've already missed the anniversary for Metal Gear.
Yeah, 2 years ago, apparently.
So you're just gonna have to wait until the 30th.
Yeah.
When was the last it was the last Metal Gear game?
Metal Gear 5. And the last good one was Metal Gear 5.
And that was a while ago now.
Yeah, they brought Survive out a year afterwards, but that was an absolute piece of piss. Total pish, I believe they call it in Scotland. It was terrible. It was like a survival game. They lifted assets directly out of the Phantom Pain and put them in there, didn't even try and hide it. They had the audacity. This is one of the biggest controversies in gaming. Konami made it without Kojima. Kojima had already left at this point, and Kojima was the dude that he ran Metal Gear Solid. He didn't want to, apparently. They said, we're going to do it without you. And he was like, fine, I'll do it. But once he'd left, they made Metal Gear Survive, and they tried to charge you, and this is no shit, 20 quid for an additional save file.
What?
You had one save file, and if you wanted another one, it cost you 20 real pounds.
How does that make sense?
I don't know. There you go, though. That's a true story. You can look it up. It's probably the exact same price now.
Jesus Christ.
Konami have a fear of making money, and they try to get it in the weirdest fucking ways. They're only really making money now because of all the Silent Hill games that came out, and even they even fumbled the ball at the start of that as well. So yeah.
You really like your Resident Evil and Silent Hill type games. You like the horror
I
games.
love horror games. I think horror games are great. I love horror films.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, you had a bad start with horror films, but
That's true. Yeah, yeah. That's probably what made me like them, though. To be fair.
because you had a bad start with them.
Yeah, it's trauma.
Trauma, you never forget it. It doesn't go away.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just a
You know,
perfectly normal childhood event that everyone had in their childhood.
yeah, I mean, so my first horror was Nightmare on Elm Street. But then I don't know. I don't think I've actually watched any horror films for a long time now. I because obviously my wife, she's not really keen.
My wife.
My wife, she's not really keen on horror films, so I don't really get to watch them that way. So I just haven't had. There's plenty of films that I'd want to watch. I think the last one I watched, which was, I found it more of a comedy than like a horror, which was Drag Me to Hell.
That was good. It was a comedy horror. It's done by Sam Raimi,
It
the
was,
guy who did the Evil Dead films.
yeah, it was very much a comedy. It's just, I laughed too
yeah.
much of that.
Yeah, it's also apparently an allegory for like people take away hidden meanings from things that don't exist sometimes, and people are trying to say there's also her trying to come to terms with her eating disorder in it, because a lot of the time that bad shit happens, she's around food or eating food.
Oh,
So people will say it's her trying to fight like bulimia or anorexia or something like that, because apparently she used to be super fat. I can't remember when she was a kid, and then she lost all this weight, and then whenever there's food around, that's when weird shit starts happening.
yeah. I think some people just look into stuff way too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of these film theories, and sometimes they're great, and sometimes they are terrible, and like that's one of them.
I like it when. Do you remember when everyone was trying to work out how Game of Thrones was going to end?
Oh god, that was a time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember when I was the only person watching Game of Thrones.
No, I remember when you were the only one that actually read it.
Oh god, I've read it twice, and I don't think I'll ever finish reading it because I think he's going to die before the books come out. And I think he's actually said like he doesn't want to carry on.
Really?
So,
Oh well.
yeah, there's at least 2 books left. Originally, the idea was going to be a trilogy. There was going to be a Game of Thrones, The Winds of Winter, A Dream of Spring, and so far, out of these like 5/7 books that have come out, only a Game of Thrones has actually come out. Winds of Winter is the next one, and A Dream of Spring also has not come out yet.
Oh, God.
But yeah.
Well, no, because like there were loads of fan theories about how it was going to end, and obviously how if it was going to change compared to what it was in the books, this, that, and the other. But obviously the book hadn't actually come out for how it's going to end. But like I think sometimes the fan theories were sometimes better than what the actual ending was.
Oh god, yeah.
And I think sometimes that ruins it then, because if someone comes out with something better, you think to yourself, well, now I've seen the actual ending. That one's terrible.
Not gonna lie, I've done that in Dungeons and Dragons, where I've done something, and then you guys have come up. Well, it could be this time. It could be this thing, and I'll think, oh shit, that's better. I'll do that.
It's because I come up with really good ideas, right?
It wasn't you.
Oh. Now I feel sad. Thanks.
I feel sad. I feel sad. I'm sure one day it will happen, but it just wasn't you that time.
Fine. I'll just look at my Father's Day cards.
Okay.
Make me feel happy.
All right.
At least somebody loves me.
Do they?
All right. Depends on the day and depends on if I give them chocolate.
I'm sure they need you, but do they love you? No, I'm sure they do.
Well, they've said that they love you, so at least I know that they love someone.
There you go. When you've got it, you've got it. Even if it's like fun uncle energy.
Fun uncle. Yeah, the person that you are very. Yeah, I think that you'll be fun uncle until they get older, and then they'll be like, he's just weird.
Probably, yeah. I'm surprised they don't think that now. To be fair,
pretty much the same for me, really.
Yeah,
I'm fun dad until I become. What are you talking about, Dad?
In it, Dad, I need a lift.
No,
Can you
because
put my Switch on charge? The battery's run out. Yeah, sure I can, son. Thanks. Can I get a snack? Yeah, just get a snack. All right. Can I get another snack? No. What's for tea?
I mean, at least your son listens to you.
True. Yeah, true. Sometimes I do worry. I'm like, oh my god, can he actually do this simple task? And half the time the answer is no. But he surprises me with what he can do now and again. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah.
So sometimes he can be trusted, and you're like, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah. We're off the topic again of Final Fantasy 9.
Oh right, yeah. So right,
Yeah.
I think I remember sort of saying on the podcast that I've never finished Final Fantasy 9.
I thought you had.
No, I've always got close to the end, but I've never finished the game. Because
maybe you should start it and see if you can finish it.
Yeah. Well, I want to finish a lot of other games, and I feel like this is just like a continue. Right, I want to finish Resident Evil because I'm really enjoying it. It's scaring me, but I'm enjoying it.
It's supposed to scare you.
I want to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I want to finish that. I still haven't got round to doing it. I want to finish God of War Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start and finish Hogwarts Legacy.
Apparently it's good, but it's like it's apparently it's just like I don't know what the word is. Not empty, but once you've done X amount of things, there's nothing else to do.
It has room for. I think most people were really annoyed the fact that it didn't have Quidditch.
Yeah, I think that's true. But then I think there's a Quidditch game out there already. So
yeah, which they could have easily put into it.
Spilt my drink or die me. So I didn't want the rest of it anyway. It's fine.
I mean, to be honest, I thought you were just doing like a Coca-Cola ad.
No, it's not even Coca-Cola. It's Stoma. Sodma? I don't know. It's a cider.
Oh, mine's
it's premium cider, so you know it's good.
Twisted Fruit Zero sugar.
That's a weird way to put a comma in there. Twisted Fruit Zero sugar.
Yeah, to be honest.
Are you calling me sugar or?
So
it's Twisted Fruit Zero sugar.
So when I was tilting it, it covered like the sugar. So as I was trying to move it, I paused and I was like, "Why the fuck did I pause?" I paused while saying it.
I like saying to my wife when she comes in, I was like, "Come on in now. It's fixing to rain, and you know sugar melts." And she likes that.
That's good.
But yeah, man, you should definitely go back and try and finish Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah, I think I was
even if it's not.
Well, I was asking. I was talking to Dan about this earlier on, and I was like, "So, like, what would you say out of the Final Fantasy franchise, the whole Final Fantasy franchise? What would you say is the most popular Final Fantasy?
7 or 10? No, well, 14's got a massive fan base because it's an MMO.
Yeah, take out the MMO. Just the MMO. Yeah.
The most popular. It depends when you get into the series.
So
because a lot of modern players.
You said 7 and 10 straight away. That's what you went for.
I said 7 and 10. That's where I went. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that's exactly the same thing that Dan said, and that's the same thing I was thinking as well. It's usually those are the two sort of like really big ones. You either got into it like early on with like on the 7 side, or you got into it like later on, and 10 was the one that you kind of come into at it. Then what would you say is after that?
I'd say it's the most popular after that. It's probably going to be something like 15 or 16 in the modern times.
See, I would sort of say it's 6.
Now, I would pick 6. I would. But in the modern times, I'm trying to include the most up-to-date games. I would probably say 15 or 16 because of their sales number and how easy it is to get them these days. Like, because when we got 6, it was on PlayStation 1, and you had to go to like a Woolworths to buy it.
Woolworths way.
Yeah, it wasn't sold. It wasn't sold everywhere. It was on it was considered an old game at the time, and you had to pay 20 quid for it still.
Good point, but it's still got a hell of a fan base because we're talking about fan bases.
Fan bases. I was thinking about this earlier, right? The 3 games that they left behind that they shouldn't have is 6, 8, and 9. I don't think if you look at like Final Fantasy, it had Origins or whatever it is now. Whatever the remake was. Final Fantasy 2, in my opinion, it ain't great, but it's had like Pixel Remaster or whatever.
Yeah.
3, you couldn't get here. They'd remade it on the DS years ago, and
Yeah.
I think it had a sequel. 4, oh my god, there's like 3 or 4 Final Fantasy 4 games with spin-offs.
Oh.
Yeah, on the DS, mainly on the DS. 5, the same thing. 6, I don't think I had anything. 7 obviously has had like just everything thrown at it. There's like Dirge of Cerberus. Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Dirge of Cerberus. The remakes, Advent Children. Was there another animated film about it?
There was.
There was. What was that called? I
Oh.
don't know. I can't remember, but I'm sure there was something, another one. And you know, and
I think I've actually got it. I just can't see it. Hang on. Yeah, because Advent Children was the one that came. There was a second. What? I don't have that one.
are we misremembering? This is like a Mandela effect. But yeah, so that
I swear that there's two. All right, you keep talking. I'm just going to see
if I'm thinking there's one and you're thinking there's one, there's a good chance for there's one. But yeah, so 6 didn't get anything. 7's had all this stuff. 8 has had nothing. 9 potentially in a week will get an announcement for a remake. 10 had a sequel, even though that sequel wasn't great. It still had a sequel. 11 was online. It had a couple of DLCs at least. 12 had a remake. 13's had 2, 3 sequels. 14 was an MMO that had a remake and became even more popular. 15 had DLC, and 16 is the current one. So yeah, the 3 I felt got left behind were 6, 8, and 9.
Yeah, you're right. 6.
6 had nothing as far as I'm aware.
No, to be fair, I'm actually quite surprised at that because it had one of the best stories.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
And I'm surprised that there's been no sort of like there's been nothing sort of said about it.
That intro of you guys in those walkers through the snow, that was great.
Yeah, because you arrived in the town to begin with, and you were looking over the top, and it kind of like panned down into the village sort of thing, where you kind of went into the caves.
It was awesome.
It was a really good game. And then yes, 7 did get like a lot.
I get it was revolutionary. It was a groundbreaking. Yeah. And I know I give it shit. Objectively, though, it is a good game. I did enjoy it when I played it. The only thing I'm sour about is it got all the fanfare when I thought 8 was better, and 8 gets nothing but shit. So that's objectively my only gripe with 7, really.
Right. So there was an independent short film called Final Fantasy VII Resurgence, and there's been lots of like little stuff that have been done for Final Fantasy VII, but the only official, it seems like, is Advent.
Okay, fair enough.
Didn't realize that. I honestly thought there was like an actual proper. Anyway, yeah.
Well, I mean, if we both thought it, then yeah.
8, I feel like, it's the unfortunate
It's not a game for sure.
Final Fantasy 8 gets a lot of stick. And I think because, again, they tried to do something new, and because people were like still thinking of like Final Fantasy VII with obviously like the limit break system, the material, all that sort of stuff, it kind of like went on to like a new thing where like you had like because you had to do like quick time actions for like, and then the leveling system was different. It was such a big change. People didn't like the big change, but then by 9 they understood that Final Fantasy wasn't like it's going to be the same thing, it's going to be something different. So 9 I feel like was taken in better because they understood, okay, so it's going to be something different every time. It's just they didn't, and I don't feel like 8 really got much of a chance, so it kind of got like put, because I know same as yourself, I know I give like 8 shit, and we always sort of like go back into, and it's like one of the first things that sort of kicked off the podcast is like us having this debate. But like 8 is a really good game, and it's just a shame that it almost didn't get the reception that it deserved. And then 9, I feel like a lot of people like started to go back and start to understand it better, and it was a really good game again. The stories of each one of these games is brilliant, and it's so different that I feel like you could get someone interested in Final Fantasy because each one's got a different type of genre to it.
Yeah.
Which really sort of like, and I think it resonates with people in different ways. 10 was an amazing game, but there are certain parts in it that are just cringe. Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
a film called Toys with
Robin Williams. Yeah.
yes, is a
Yeah.
similar sort of thing in that where like there's just like there's this teddy that like gets buried with him when he dies, and he just keeps laughing. That's what it reminds me of.
You're making me uncomfortable on my arms, Obi. So I have to move you. Okay. Don't step on the keyboard. Don't. That's the one thing I told you not to do. That's the one thing.
Get your
I
pussy
asked
out of shot.
I'm trying, man, but there we go. Are you going upstairs? See my mum? No, you're going to sit weirdly on the corner of literally. His bum's on the corner of my desk, and 2 of his feet are pushed onto the sofa. Like,
Okay.
just like, why are you sitting that way? Why can't you be normal? I know you're a rescue cat. We rescued you, but you can at least pretend to be normal. The look he gave me then, the dirtiest little side eye you've ever seen. He was like this, like,
Don't talk to me like that.
yeah. Think about like some of these Final Fantasy games as well. Is 9 was being developed at the same time as 10 and 11. So 11 was being developed like that early.
Wow.
Because the strategy guide for 9 is basically like shit. It's just a glorified big book they tried to sell. Because all inside of it, there are links to the Final Fantasy portal, which was a website back in day.
Yeah.
And so anything useful you needed to know was like, to find out more information, go to the Final Fantasy portal and put in this keyword. And it's just like, I bought the book for 20 quid for you to tell me the information. If I knew I could get it for free on a website, I would have. But yeah, so Final Fantasy, no, yeah, so they were working on the Final Fantasy portal for 9 and 11 at the same time. But it was just one of those things that fell through when Sakaguchi left. Because he was the guy that was in charge of like Squaresoft at the time. And apparently he was the one thing that was holding Squaresoft together. I just want to take the opportunity disrespectfully to say fuck Square Enix. Squaresoft forever, baby. Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah, but Square Enix will, if they do announce something for 9, they're going to be the ones that are in charge of doing something with it.
Well, not yeah, I guess, but also at the same time, not necessarily, because Konami, as we previously talked about, are somehow afraid of making money, but also love money, and so their remakes of Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2, were made by a team called Blooper Team.
Yeah.
So that Konami had nothing to do with those games. They said, "Go make us these remakes," and the other guys were like, "Can do," and they fucking delivered. So Bloober Team are the absolute heroes in that, and their other games are. I think they did the Shadow of the Colossus remake as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I think they did that. Let me just double check on that, but I'm sure they did. So they're great at doing what they do.
So, like, if they did announce something for 9, if it's a remake, so like, have you heard anything at all about anything that possibly could happen for Final Fantasy 9? Have you heard any possible sort of like, sneak sort of like sneak peeks or like anything that might come up where you sort of think, oh, that actually could actually happen now? Or is it
I
all
have not. They did not do the Shadow of the Colossus. That was someone else. But what have they done? Emergency, blah, 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 blah. Paper Wars, Double Bloob, Amen 2, Basement Crawl, Layers of Fear. That was good, actually. Observer. That's really good, Observer. I didn't know it was them. The Blair Witch game was really good. The Medium, that's really good. Silent Hill 2, Layers of Fear, Chronos: The New Dawn, Project M, whatever that is, and Silent Hill remake. Yeah, they have done some great stuff. And oh my god, there's so much talent in Poland. Oh my god, because they're from Poland. CD Projekt Red is in Poland. I think 11-Bit Studios, who made the Alters, which is my contender for Game of the Year, they're in Poland as well. I think.
Yeah, that's a sci-fi survival game.
Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm nuts deep into it. I am loving it.
You kind of crash land onto like a planet, and you've got to survive.
That's essentially right, and you do it by making clones of yourself, but altering the brain.
Nice.
Yeah, you make clones of yourself, but they're alternate versions of you because you alter their memories, so they go off and live different lives in their memories. And so if you need like an engineer or a miner, you can create a mining version of yourself that will go out and mine resources that you need and get a bonus for it. You can make a botanist who will grow better food for you. You can get a doctor who will fix injuries for you and stuff like that. And I think there's like 11 different versions of yourself you can create. But the whole thing is like, how did they know all of these things if if you didn't have these experiences? Are they from an alternate timeline? Are you yanking them from that existence? Is the quantum computer on board that good that it can predict all of these things and impart that much knowledge? It's wild. It's a great game, really is. But it can fucking suck. Like, I love it. It's so fucking stressful though. But you're like, okay, my plan for the day is to do this, this, and this. And as soon as you wake up, the whole day is fucked. Like, the alters are arguing. One of them is about to kill another one and then off himself, which can happen. So yeah, like, and it's like you get one dude. I won't say who it is or whatever, but like 3 days after you make him, he cuts his own fucking arm off. And like, so he was out of the gate for like 3 weeks for me to like manage to build an infirmary and a doctor to like fix him. And it's just like, I had no idea that was going to happen. And if I'd known that, I wouldn't have made you. I wouldn't have made you. I would have saved myself the hassle. So that's how stressful it can be. Is like, oh yeah, I've got this guy to help me get resources. And it turns out he's just draining my resources. So I have to make someone else to pick up the slack.
So basically, you made someone who figured out a new way of using like the doll system.
Basically, yeah. It is it's like Fallout Shelter meets Minecraft meets Death Stranding game, yeah.
Death Stranding, in a nutshell, is like a really beautiful delivery game, right?
I couldn't tell you what it's about.
Because
I want to play it. I have it, and it's on the list. But it's a walking simulator. There is monsters in it. I don't know what that's about. There's characters that are in it. Don't know who they are. One dude's called Die Hard Man.
Yeah, so I all I know is graphically it looks amazing and stunning, but I have no idea what that game is about. And
I don't think you can unless you play it.
Yeah. Like with other games, you kind of know what they're about. Even if you don't play them, you kind of. But like, I think with this game, it was a highly anticipated game when it was first going to be released. But all the trailers was basically it was just a guy walking in some very nice. Yeah, but it was basically just walking, and I was like, okay, that looks pretty cool. What else did you do in it? And then there was nothing else really released for it, and I was like, okay, well, it looked pretty cool.
I love it. By the time they were releasing trailers for the game, even Kojima was just like, I have no idea what this game's about. And it's just like, you're about to print it. It's about to go gold, which means you put it on disc and you don't understand it. And he's like, that's right. And it's like, bro, and he goes, what can I say, man? I'm the Quentin Tarantino of video games. I make hit after hit after hit after hit. No misses. You're just going to have to trust me. And the whole world went, yeah, right. And he was just proved right. All I know about the second one is that Elle Fanning's in it, and he photo scanned her feet, and people are losing their mind because of that. Because there are foot freaks out there that, like, do you know who Elle Fanning is? She's in fucking everything. If you need a child actor, she was it at the time. Like, I guarantee that you've seen her in at least one thing, and I know you have, because she was in an episode of CSI from the first season, and we watched that together.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Who was it again?
Elle Fanning, ELLE space FANNING.
Elle Fanning.
Yeah, she was a child actress, and she's in
Yeah,
the upcoming Predator film.
yeah. Oh God, she's not even that old. She's
24?
27.
Is she? Are you sure?
Yeah, she's only 27.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna look myself.
I've got Google right in front of me. Google doesn't
Yeah, well,
lie.
that's
Everyone
Google.
knows this.
Elle Fanning was born in 1998. She is. Let's see.
We just discussed this earlier. 1998, dipshit.
You know what? Anyone can change entries in Wikipedia.
This is on
She's
Google.
like, like 12. That's what she is.
Oh, she was in Maleficent and Maleficent 2.
Oh yeah, she was like the princess, wasn't she? Like Snow White or whatever she's fucking called in that film.
And she was in the chick flick All Bright Places.
Never heard of it, but I've got nothing against chick flicks. Just never heard of that one. She's in loads of stuff.
Yeah, she's in a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, guarantee you've seen her in things. But
yes.
yeah, like Death Stranding, the way he made it and the way he made the Phantom Pain was he had about 60 cameras pointing at like a space, and when he would put an object in there, they would take photos of it from like 60 to 80 angles or whatever, and then he would 3D import that as an image into a game. So that's why things look so realistic. And he would do the same thing to faces, which is why Norman Reedus looks exactly like Norman fucking Reedus in the game. That's why he looks exactly. That's why everyone like Leah Sado and Elle Fanning look like this. That Mads Mikkelsen, they all look exactly like they should, because he's got this technology that does it. And he managed to convince Elle Fanning to put her feet on there, and the internet think he's fucking Jesus Christ or something. Guy is a genius. Like, I will not lie, the guy is an absolute genius. But I can't help but feel, that he's just like, I like feet.
I like feet.
Like, at least Quentin Tarantino's honest with it. If you watch Quentin Tarantino's film, there's always women's feet in it, and he has openly said, "Yeah, that's because I like feet." Like in Dusk Till Dawn, which he didn't direct, but he did write. Selena Gomez. Selena. Oh God, what is it? Was that her? She was in Wild Wild West and stuff like that. Anyway, that actress, she plays a stripper in it, and she puts her toe in his mouth because he acts in it. Puts her toe in his mouth and then like pours champagne down her leg that goes into his mouth. So at least he's honest about being a freak.
I'll never understand the whole feet thing, but like to each their own.
It is. It sells, and Death Stranding 2 is doing amazing.
Yeah. So basically,
again, no idea what that game's about.
If we made a design for a game that was just feet, where you could just like mash feet into different objects,
got a winner.
Yeah, that's it. I've got a game right there. I'm just gonna learn how to program, scan some feet, see how it goes.
Yeah. There you go. I'm just gonna Sabrina. That's gonna drive me crazy. From Dusk Till Dawn. Who the hell is it? Sabrina from Dusk Till Dawn. Where's the rest of the cast? There we go. Salma Hayek.
Okay. Sabrina.
Salma Hayek. Yeah, she pours champagne down her leg via her foot into his mouth. I don't even like champagne. But yeah, Hideo Kojima, twisted genius. Twisted, but a genius. So yeah, I have no idea what Death Stranding games are about.
No, I was talking to someone about it today, and they sort of said that they enjoy it. But like for me, I
now you know why.
No, I thought right. That's the second one you said that's in. So he's playing the first one. Don't do this to me, because this is someone that I teach, and I'll never look at them the same way again.
Yeah,
because I'll just.
I wonder why he's playing the first one suddenly.
Oh fuck!
I have to understand the plot to know why Al Fanning's feet are important. I think it even comes up saying feet scanned.
Oh. No.
I know. There's a game that came out. I don't know if it has come out. I saw it being developed on TikTok. This dude who started making a video game where it's like a multiplayer game. It looks a bit like Fall Guys, but all you have to do is go around and like smack each other on the ass, and like that's it. I think it's called Booty Slaps. Could be wrong on that, but yeah. The whole point of the thing is you run around this multiplayer map and then you slap each other on the ass and run away.
That's kind of based on an anime.
Oh god, oh my god, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen clips of it.
it's basically where they have like booty battles sort of thing.
Oh my god, yeah, that was something.
I can't remember what it's
Platform in a
called.
swimming pool.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I came round to obviously a mutual friends of ours house.
Yeah. Yeah, and he
it,
showed me as well.
And it was on, and I was like, "What is this?
What are you watching?"
Why are you watching? I
He's
mean,
like, oh yeah, this is what. Yeah, okay, but why?
bought all the DVDs.
But why?
I don't know. Maybe he just ran out of other stuff to watch anime wise, and just sort of thought, I'll give it a go.
Well, some people like feet as well, so whatever.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Everyone's got their own thing. That's just how it works. Anyway, going back to our original thing of Final Fantasy IX.
This is a very Final Fantasy centric episode.
I mean, I feel like with the anniversary coming up,
we have to talk about it.
We do. We have to talk about it because Final Fantasy has got to be like one of the first. It was the first. No, what? No, it wasn't the first RPG I played.
No, Final Fantasy VII was the first RPG you played, wasn't it?
No.
No?
I don't think Final Fantasy was. Wait, hang on. Let me just check the timeline
The
on this.
first RPG I played, I didn't understand it, but was Monster Boy. Monster Boy in Wonderland, not Wonder Boy in Monsterland. Is it Wonder Boy in Monsterland? Yeah, Wonder Boy in Monsterland. And it's like the fourth game in his series. I had no idea what I was doing. I just plugged it into the Mega Drive and played it for a bit and then got confused and turned it off.
I think one of the first ones for me was a Phantasy Star.
I never played the Phantasy Star games. I knew about them, but I never played them.
This was original on the on the Sega, but I didn't same as yourself. I didn't actually really understand it.
Yeah.
Oh,
hold on. Wasn't there a Final Fantasy IX animation coming out from a French studio?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, years ago. Yeah. I think it got cancelled.
Oh, yeah, there was. There was supposed to be something like...
Yeah.
It was... I'm sure that they even did like a teaser for it or something. FF9... animated series. Final Fantasy IX animated series titled Final Fantasy IX The Black Mage's Legacy was reportedly in development by Cybergroup Studios, focusing on VV's 6 children. The studio has since filed for bankruptcy. Whoop, awkward.
Right, so that's not going to happen then.
Yeah, it was originally announced in 2021, and the studio hit financial difficulties in 2024. Yeah. The series was intended for children aged 8 to 13, and exploring the world of Gaia. Yeah, they actually got they got story. They had plot for it. They had a general sort of thing for what they were going to do, and then it just that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they'll do.
Maybe I was just thinking that, maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to re-release or reintroduce it or something. Maybe like the entire series is now made, and here you go. And I'm like,
funnily enough, the animated series, it had a bit of an update.
What, Unlimited?
No, Final Fantasy IX animated series. There was an update not that long ago, apparently in April 2025.
Oh yeah, what does it say?
Potential Final series. Okay, so it was potentially leaked. Was first reported to be put in production 21. So that might actually be one of the things that might be announced. So might not be a new game, but it might be a series.
I mean, with the NVIDIA leaks, The only thing that hasn't happened yet is the Final Fantasy IX remake, and all the others have. And Final Fantasy Tactics was only confirmed a month ago.
Yeah.
So
What were the other leaks?
Oh god, I don't even know. I think Dan sent it to me in the chat.
It's a very phone.
I think it was in our group chat.
Oh god, that was a little while ago then when he sent that across.
It was only a D&D the other week.
Was it?
Yeah, last week or the week before.
Hmm.
I just got to get past everything. Oh yeah, here we go. Chrono Cross remaster, Final Fantasy VII remake, Final Fantasy Final Fantasy's Nan remake, Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, Kingdom Hearts 4 new strategy game, which was the Direfold Chronicle, Tactics Ogre remaster, Tomb Raider 25th anniversary, and an unannounced card game 2, which ended up being Voice of Cards: The Forsaken Maiden. And then I think someone put this really sly comment underneath saying can't see Final Fantasy 8.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Oh, it comes screaming back to you, did it?
Yeah, I remember the list because I remember not seeing Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah.
And I was heartbroken not to see it on there.
You knob.
If they did a Final Fantasy 8 remake, would you be happy if they changed like the combat system?
The combat system was fine. It's the junction system that was a problem, and the magic system.
If they changed it all, so like the story pretty much stayed the same, but the combat system all changed.
No, I'd be furious. I'd still play it, but
yeah, because that's kind of how I felt about when they sort of changed everything for Final Fantasy VII when they did the remake. Because
didn't like, was it 10? 10 was like the last turn-based one, wasn't it? And then Final Fantasy 10 2, you could move your characters around.
Yeah.
Which I thought don't like that. And then Final Fantasy 7 remake came out, and then you ran around and you could flip between different characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I can't deal with this. No, I'm getting overstimulated. Can't deal with this.
You can change it back to simple.
Well, I wish I knew that.
so basically you can so instead of doing it as like action combat, you can do it back as turn based.
Wish I knew that. I would definitely do that. I'd probably like it more, but also the way I have to look at it now is that it's not a Final Fantasy VII remake. It's called Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like it's remaking the story itself. And it took me a long time to like realize that. So it's not a straight remake. It's called Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's its name. It's not a remake. It's like hyphen remake.
Yeah, because it's remaking.
It's remaking the story.
Yeah, it's It's remaking it, and that it's changing things. I would sort of say to anyone who wanted to sort of like who hasn't played yet and was thinking about playing Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth and all that, I would wait until it's all released.
Yeah, so would I. I'd say that.
And then just play it all through, because I don't like the fact that it's come out in installments. I don't like that.
How long was the gap between the first and the second one?
Fucking long.
And is it longer now, the second to third?
Well, the second, I think that like we're talking like 3 to 4 year gap from the first to the second. I'm sure it was something like that. Final Fantasy VII remake. That was. Why can't I see that? That was 2020.
Right.
Rebirth. That was 2024. So yeah, 4 years.
Right. Okay.
So then the next one, I mean, will probably be like 2028.
Yeah.
It's a long. Can't remember what the last one's going to be called. Part 3. It's titled Reclaim. Okay.
Okay.
And it is due to release in 2027. There you go. So yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. So it's 3 to 4 years, and I like the fact that they had done something with Final Fantasy VII because I love the game, but I would have liked to have seen like a full game. So if they do something with 9, I want to see a full game. I don't want to see like, oh, this is the first part, this is the next part, I don't want to see like 4, because Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs. 9 was 4 discs. I don't want to see 4 games.
No.
So
They managed to fit a whole game onto 4 discs for the PS1. So that's like easily a disc now.
yeah.
I mean, to download the game is like 9 gig on Steam.
That's nuts to think about. I downloaded a game before, and it was like 200 gig.
Yeah, what were you downloading? The internet?
Back in the day, that's what that would be. But no.
Back in the day, 200 gig, that was a whole hard drive, and you're like, man, I can fit so much porn on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. It's not nice when you hear noises outside and then you're just like, I'm gonna get mugged.
Yeah, I think that person behind you believes the same thing.
Oh shit. Right, so we haven't got on to everything that we wanted to talk about. However,
I just felt it was very, very Final Fantasy VII-ish because of the announcement that could happen next week, but probably won't happen. And then we'll all be mad about it.
yeah.
I was like, they could have done so much. There's so much wasted potential. Are they afraid of making money?
Yeah, that's pretty much what you've said. Is they're afraid of making money.
I said about Konami. I said, fuck Square Enix. We will, I'm sorry, but we will never get a partnership with them. And I'm half sorry about that because I know you would like that. But at the same time, fuck Square Enix. Give me Squaresoft back.
Squaresoft technically changed to something else. What did they change their name to?
Well, they went to Square and then they got bought by Enix and they became Square Enix or Enix.
No, the original team left.
Oh yeah, some of it went to form Mistwalker.
That's it, Mistwalker. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobuo Uematsu stayed around for a while, but then he went freelance, and apparently he's retired now. He said like he considers the last game he did to be his final project, but hopefully he'll just go back on tour with like the Black Mages again.
Oh,
fingers crossed. I think they did 3 albums. I'd love them to do a 4th.
yeah, okay. Sometimes people.
And if you don't know what that is,
not 100% no.
The Black Mages, that was his rock band that was doing Final Fantasy VII. They were doing Final Fantasy music, with like and yeah, recording it and going on tour with it. So they did like Chocobo theme songs and like what was that banger from the start of Final Fantasy X? Is it Otherworld? Don't you get the other world with the rah. And he's playing this sports game. And then what's his name? Oh god, what's his name? Aaron's there, or whatever his name is. And then like a big tsunami's coming in. He's like, soon, sin. And then yeah, and then he wakes up in Sanakand. It's like do 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 do. And you're like, whoa, man, don't. That's like some sad music right there.
I want to play it again now.
Yeah, I was thinking about it like 2 weeks ago. I was like, I want to play Final Fantasy X again. I want to play it again, and I've got the remaster on PS4.
Yeah,
so
same.
Man, I kind of want to play it again.
I think I did start it not that long ago.
Yeah, you were doing the Sphere Grid.
Yeah, and I was doing the Sphere Grid. And I got as far as starting to play Blitzball, and then I just started playing Blitzball, and then just sort of stayed with that.
Half the time I get to play these games, I get to the point where you can start doing the side game, and I just do that. Like that's all I was doing in 10 was playing Blitzball, recruiting people.
Yeah,
like I was fucking John Madden, or Dave Madden, or Dave Matthews, or whoever the fuck.
Just Madden.
I was going around like I was Mr. Sports Team, and I was going like, "Yeah, you look like you got spunk. Come join my Blitzball team, see?" Yeah. And then it really was like, oh my god, Renault is going to be caught in the time compression. I hope she's okay. Do you want to play some cards? All I would do is play Tetramaster and Triple Triad, like, and yeah, and just try and get all those rare cards.
Did you get all the cards?
No, I came close with 8, but 9, I missed someone. I missed a few that were like story locked. So if you left an area and you didn't go back before a certain point, you couldn't get there again.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there was some that were locked to me, so I never got them.
Mm.
But yeah, I did get a lot, but I couldn't do all of it. Again, this was like, oh, go to our Final Fantasy Portal website to find the location of the blank card. And I was like, okay, wait, I don't have the internet.
How am I supposed to be doing this stupid
This
thing?
is like the year 2000. I'm 14. I don't have the internet yet. That's why I paid real money for a paper book.
Yeah. Now it's like at your fingertips. Different story. QR code.
Oh, yeah, I can watch a YouTube video on it, you know. Yeah, crazy. What a world.
And on that note, let's finish things there, and
Okay.
we will come back to doing more topics next time, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a reveal of what's going to happen with Final Fantasy, if anything at all. If nothing, then maybe that's just to be expected.
I would say you'd hear it here first, but you'd probably see it on like your newsfeed on your phone before you heard it off us.
Yeah, that's probably how we'll find out about it. We'll look at
Probably.
our phones.
You wouldn't be
and
like, oh my god, I better go to my favorite podcast on Spotify and on YouTube, and I better subscribe and like and send it to 10 different people right now. Right now. Right now. I should do that, and then they'll get all the up-to-date Final Fantasy and other things news, straight away from Jenko and Blitz. On this channel, everyone needs a podcast. Everyone has a podcast. Not everyone needs a podcast. That is a false statement. Get Joe Rogan the fuck out of there. He's an idiot. Because he believes everything. You could tell him balloons were alive and he'd be like, oh shit, Jamie, get the video up. Balloons are alive. Anyway, that was my cool outro.
Wasn't really sure how to take it, to be honest.
I mean, all the key info was there.
It was, yeah, it was all there
on YouTube and Spotify. I'm Blitz and you're Jenko. I'm Jenko, you're Blitz. Follow us here, subscribe, send it to 10 people.
It's not going to be one of those chain things, is it? Where it's like, if you don't send it to 10 people, you'll have bad luck.
I'm not gonna like crawl out of their smartphone and stab them or anything like that. It's not real. Although I do want to rewatch The Ring again. But weirdly, the American version of it, not the Japanese one.
What?
Which apparently is still going.
Wait, you want to watch the American one?
I like the Japanese one. It's good, but the American one is way freakier, in my opinion.
Huh, didn't think you'd say that.
You know what? We can talk about it next week if you want.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love it. I think it's really good. I'm going to have to watch. I mean, I just reordered the Blu-rays of Battle Royale and Battle Royale 2 because I can't find my DVDs anywhere. What?
You know how I had your like Bruce Lee like DVD for a long time?
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah.
You're aware of it?
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Hold on. Was it the special edition one?
Oh my! Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I just spent 15 quid on the
Collector's 2 disc set. Yeah, this has got. This is.
We just spent 15 quid getting the Blu-ray.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I've been meaning to give this back to you.
It's fine.
It's still in really good condition. I forgot I borrowed these.
That's gonna go on YouTube. That's gonna be a short.
Honest to God, I forgot that Maybe I should check what else I've borrowed and just.
Maybe. I'll go through all my things, but I'm pretty sure.
Nice. Okay.
I can't even count the order he's chipped it now. I got off Vinted, 15 quid sealed the first two.
I mean, it's a really good film.
It's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. That and Old Boy. Old Boy's really good as well.
Always a great Korean movie. Yeah.
Mm.
Apparently, it was a remake, but it had Josh Brolin in it, but I didn't watch it. But the original one is spot on. Great concept as well.
Really twisted, but yeah, really good
Oh, yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
Right.
This was an unintentionally long outro this time. I was trying to do it in one succinct bit.
Yeah.
And again, it's stretched.
It's stretched for the right reasons.
I cannot believe you.
I've done it again.
I'm not even mad. That's the best thing. I'm not even mad.
Right. Well, on that note, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.